Hello, welcome. So today we're going to be taking a look into r/relationships. I've definitely got a bit of a cold, so if I sound really nasally or a little bit gross, I do apologise. Sorry. I thought it was just hay fever, but nah, it's definitely a bit of a cold. Happens to me every spring. I don't know if anyone else is the same. When the weather turns a bit nicer, I seem to get the lurgy. Very odd, very odd. Anyway, if that sounds like something you'd be into listening to with me today, then please do stick around and enjoy. And don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Thank you. Okay then, so this first one was posted by Progresso and Cheese, and the title says, roommate 50M purchased a new leather couch for the living room and complains about how I, 38F, sit on it. He recently moved the coffee table, so I can't use it for drinks anymore. What the bloody hell is the point in a coffee table if you can't put drinks on it? I've been renting a room from him for the past 3 years. He's a long-time family friend. I work hours from 10 to 8 while he works 7:30 to 6. So generally the dynamic and personal space is pretty palatable. We generally hang out in the living room from when I come at 9 to 11 p.m. I'm extremely tidy. I often clean the shared bathroom and I keep the counters and floors very tidy. I mention this to say that I'm very respectful of his things and very open to compromise. He had an old fabric couch before, but it got really used up, so he ordered a new Italian leather one. Anybody else absolutely hate leather sofas? I know I do. I just hate the way it feels like your skin sticks to them in the summer. Like, oh, I can't stand the feeling. And then in the winter, they're so cold. I mean, I suppose it depends where you live, doesn't it? Because if you live somewhere where it's like nice, dry kind of warmth, then I suppose it wouldn't be too bad. But yeah, it's like you get kind of like a shock when you sit on it in the winter. It's horrid. L-shaped with 2 lazy boy style adjustable ends. I literally took off half a day of work to be there when it was delivered, and I washed and cleaned everything, floor and wall wise, before so the place would be ready. He established from the start that we're not going to be eating on this couch, which I feel is a very reasonable request. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty reasonable. But he also sold off his dining room table and stools, so there's no place to legitimately eat in the living room until he gets a custom one made. Why would you sell it before you've even looked at getting a new one? We have 2 balcony chairs to sit on, but he keeps putting his crap on the second one, so I never have the opportunity to use it. Are you sure he actually wants you to live there anymore? Is he maybe trying to give you a hint to vamoosh? I feel that might be what's happening here. He seems to be trying to make it as inhospitable as possible. In the beginning, he pointed out that I wasn't sitting on the couch, I was climbing on it with 1 foot under my butt. That is exactly how I sit down. Always has to be 1 foot under my butt. So I acknowledged it wasn't good for the couch or my back, and I tried to remember. Then he complained I was lying weird on the couch on a day when I was feeling very faint. My general routine is that every day before bed I make myself some herbal tea and I drink it in the living room. Yesterday he called me out, but I was sitting at the edge of the couch while drinking my tea, which is reasonable to me, because I don't want to hold the drink above the couch because I tend to spill things on accident. So I was leaning over the coffee table. This evening I came home from work and he has switched the coffee table, so now it's further away from my part of the couch and unreachable if I put my mug of tea. So now I can sit normally. Okay, he's either a control freak or he really doesn't want you living there anymore, I feel, because this is weird. Like, even if he was a bit like, I don't know, a bit overzealous with keeping everything super tidy or whatever, it wouldn't come out of nowhere, I feel. I think maybe he just doesn't want to have a roommate anymore and he just doesn't want to say it. This makes no sense because now I have nowhere to put my cup once I drink my tea. I can't be holding a hot mug the entire time. I retorted to, so what am I supposed to fucking sit on? The floor now? And then I left the living room and went to my bedroom for the night. I don't know how to resolve this issue. He's being crazy about his purchase. I understand it was an expensive investment, but now I don't want to hang out with him in the living room anymore because he's made it so hostile and inhospitable. I fear that that is by design, my love. I think maybe it's time to look for somewhere else. Because yeah, this definitely feels like he is purposefully making it inhospitable. You can't put your drinks on the coffee table. Like, what the hell is it for in the first place then? You can't even sit or lie on the sofa in the way that is comfortable, like, which is weird to me. Like, yeah, if you were putting your shoes on there maybe, but other than that, it shouldn't matter. Sofas are made to be able to hack a lot. They are made to be able to take it if someone wants to lie on it, you know? Or if someone wants to sit with their legs up, that you're supposed to be able to do that on a sofa. He's gotten rid of the dining table and the chairs. He's putting his stuff on the balcony chairs so that there's only one available to sit in, and I'm assuming he's making sure he's in it at all times. To make sure you can't even sit on that. Yeah, I think he's giving some very big hints right now that he does not want a roommate anymore. Which is really shitty of him, because if he doesn't want a roommate anymore, just say so. Just say, look, you know, I'm gonna give you your notice because I want to have the place to myself now or something. Like, you don't have to just make someone uncomfortable unless, of course, the OP is a really unreliable narrator and it turns out that they are an absolute bastard to live with. But it doesn't sound like it from what we've been told, so yeah. Anyway, down in the comments, Florianne M says, I would be looking for somewhere else to live. Moving stuff around so you have to use the couch properly? He's not your parent. Yeah, leave me alone, you're not my dad. And then Satchels of Gold says, yeah, probably time to be blunt and direct and ask if he wants you to move out, because that's where this is heading. So why not try to have an honest conversation and see where that goes? Oh, for sure, I would agree. I would agree it's time to say, look, do you actually just want me to move out? Because you're making it to a point where I want to move out. Or if you haven't got anything planned to where to go yet, maybe don't say that, but just say, are you wanting to try and make me move out because I feel like you don't want me here anymore? And I would rather you tell me up front so I can start trying to make arrangements for somewhere else, because at the moment I feel that this environment is very inhospitable, and I feel like you're being very controlling over everything, and it's not nice. And after that, I think I'd just hang out in my room an awful lot, just to be away from it all, to be honest. Okay, next post, posted by Cautious Decision 53. I am becoming resentful towards my husband for letting his brother live with us. TLDR, I'm not sure this person knows what TLDR is, because that is longer than the actual post. My husband and I have been married for 4 years and have one young child. I am 28 and he is 32. My husband let his brother, who was 18 at the time, move in with us as he was trying to get a job at my husband's company. Fast forward to now and he is still living with us. He pays an equal share of rent, but I feel like I've been raising a teenager and my baby at the same time. The kid never cleans up after himself. His space is constantly a mess. We have to get on to him about contributing to cleaning the place. He spends outrageous amounts of money on his hobbies and often asks to borrow money. My husband and I have fought so much on how to deal with all these situations. My husband's brother is a nice kid who loves my child. I believe he is genuinely a good person, and I think he is funny. Living with him is becoming unbearable and I needed to vent. We benefit from him paying to live here and we save money, but I don't think my peace is worth this anymore. What should I do? I mean, are you really saving money though if he's constantly asking to borrow money? But no, I think it's time to have a very honest conversation with the brother and just say, look, I feel like you're taking advantage here a little bit. You are an adult, so you do need to be chipping in as far as, like, you know, cleaning and what have you, and keeping your space tidy. Because as much as we completely appreciate that we ask you to pay rent and everything, you would have to do that anywhere. So you need to be chipping in and doing your part. So, down in the comments, Dry Instant 5578 says, you mentioned that you benefit from him paying rent and that you're saving money, but you have to ask yourself, what is the actual cost of that saving? If the money you're saving is being paid for with the peace of your marriage and your own mental health, then you aren't actually saving anything. You're just subsidizing your bank account by spending your sanity. A home is supposed to be a sanctuary, especially with a young child. But right now, your home has a corporate management vibe where you're the supervisor and he's the employee who won't clock in. The fact that he is a nice person makes it harder, but it doesn't change the reality. He is 21 now, not 18. He has outstayed the season of being a guest. If your husband is fighting you on this, he is prioritising the utility of the extra rent money over the health of the partnership. You can't put a price on the quietness of a home where you don't have to navigate a third adult's mess. It might be time to tell your husband that the financial deal is officially bankrupting the marriage. All right, Shakespeare, calm down, calm down. This person's got to be like a writer in their spare time. Like they've got to be a bit of a fancy writer, haven't they? But yeah, facts. It's gonna end in a very messy divorce. If it carries on. And that's not even being dramatic, because things like this can really push a marriage to the point of breakup. If someone gets that sick of the living situation and the other person is reluctant to address it, like that does happen. We see it rather often on these posts where people get fed up at the fact that they feel like they don't get any input into what is happening in their house, and they just go, do you know what? I'm out. That does happen. So yeah, hopefully a stern conversation with the husband and the brother helped. Fingers crossed, I suppose. So, next post, Busy Inspector 95 says, should I, 31F, tell my mother-in-law why I will be separating from her son, 33M? I've, 31F, been with my husband, M33, for 6 years, married for 2. Gave birth last year, December, to our child. Since we got married, he's changed so incredibly much and for the worst possible reasons. He's also not helping at all with the baby. He's not neglectful, but he does the bare minimum and expects a trophy if he gives the baby his bottle. He's one of those parents, isn't he, that says that he's babysitting for you if you ask him to, like, you know, watch his very own child that he helped to spawn. Like, that will never not crack me up when people say that. Is dad babysitting? No, dad's looking after their frigging kid, as is their duty. He's not babysitting. I wrote a vent post you can go look for yourself if you want, but I'm not going into much detail. And I'm not going to go back and find that either, because I feel like, you know, we kind of can easily get the idea just from that alone. We're visiting our families for Easter. He said he wanted to drink with his sister and her son. Husband was a surprise baby, so sister's son is close to our age. And I said I don't want to do that. I'd rather stay at home and be with baby. Because he wanted baby and me to sit with them, and where I am it's autumn, it's cold. Baby is 3 months old. Yeah, and who the hell wants to go and sit at someone else's house with a baby while everyone else is getting pissed? Like, no thank you. It's something quite insufferable about being around drunk people when you are the only sober one and also the only responsible one, and there is a kid that you have to look after. And I'm not being funny, a 3-month-old baby has no business being around a group of people who want to have drinks, because I bet you it's not just going to be a little drink, you know, a very relaxed one. I bet you they're probably wanting to drink, and the husband probably wants the OP to go, so he's got a ride home. He promised to be back by 11 PM and it's currently 3 AM, called it, and he isn't picking up his phone. Yeah, because he's probably pissed as a fart and passed out on his sister's sofa. I'm all alone with the baby in an apartment on my parents' huge property. I expected him to be home by 11. If I knew he wouldn't be coming home, I would have stayed in the house with my parents and feel safer than I do now. Hold on, how rich are your parents? That's a very rude question to ask, Boyd. Naughty, naughty. But I am alone with a baby in an apartment on my parents' huge property. Goodness me, some people are just, blessed in the money ways, aren't they? It's a somewhat long walk to the house. This isn't the first time since baby's been born that he stayed late drinking, but this is also not the only reason I'm planning to separate from him. There is a lot more, but I'd probably have to make 2 posts to cover it. My question is, should I tell his mother? We have a decent relationship and I do want her to know why I'm not staying with her son, and then I'll never not let her see her grandchild, because my husband has a way of making himself look like the best dad in the world and the best husband in the world when he's literally gaming while baby is crying. TLDR, should I tell mother-in-law her son is a piece of shit and not the dad he portrays to be? Wait until you've officially left. Wait until, your ducks are in a row, because, yeah, you might get on with the mother-in-law and you might have a good relationship, but she could side with him and tell him everything you've said, or she could even side with the OP, but then go and have a go at him, which still is telling him everything that the OP has said, If he's likely to be a butthole about you leaving, the last thing you want to do is go and give him a heads up by telling his mum and she tells him. So I would wait on that. I'd wait till you've actually moved out and then do it, just to be on the safe side. So, down in the comments, Status War 4902 says, I would lawyer up first and get my ducks in a row. Finances first. And then Baby Elephant 818 says, this is the answer. Get your finances and affairs in order before even hinting to anyone that you plan on leaving. And then when you're ready, you tell him and immediately call his mother after. She doesn't get a heads up, but she should get an explanation. Yeah, I do think it's very, very risky to go telling other people before you've actually got everything in a row. It does sound, though, luckily, like the OP's parents are in the position to help them out, because obviously they've got a massive property, which means they've probably got a decent amount of money. I mean, I know that's just me assuming, but I would imagine so, to have such a large property. So hopefully the OP's parents can help them out and help them just kind of get out quicker, if it is the fact that the husband is actually being a complete butthole and not just a lazy so-and-so. Either way, I hope things go well, because there's nothing worse than being stuck with a newborn baby and a partner that just is not pulling their weight. That inequality in the labor of child rearing it's not going to leave anyone feeling good. Well, apart from the one who's not doing enough, that's for sure. So, next post, and I swear I had to do a flippin' double take when I read the title of this one. Boysenberry Parking 99 says, using our shower as a urinal. Let that soak in. Or maybe don't. It's probably soaked in piss. Perhaps don't let that soak in. My husband, 23M, and I, 28F, have been married for 3 years. I'm a stay-at-home mum and pregnant, so I do most of the cleaning. Over the past couple months, I've noticed how dirty the shower has become in a short amount of time, and started to have a yellow tint and a smell. Ugh. At first, I didn't think anything of it, but one night I couldn't sleep due to being pregnant and uncomfortable, and my husband got up to pee. But as soon as I got in the bathroom, I heard splashing noises near the shower. I got up and see that he's standing outside the shower and just peeing against the wall inches away from my soap. No! You dirty bastard. He then goes straight back to bed without running the water in the shower or anything. So the pee just sits as it slowly runs down the wall of the shower and into the drain. I asked him about it the next day, and he says that it's just easier to do that when he is half asleep at night. There is a toilet right there, I would imagine. What is wrong with you? He doesn't seem to care that I have to essentially scrub his pee every time I clean the shower, or that it's creating a nasty smell. This is our only shower/bathtub in the house, and it is where I give our toddler a bath. Oh, no. Put the child in the sink from now on. Goodness me, it'd be much better. It's disgusting, and I can't get him to stop as he thinks it's fine. Any advice? Show him the comments to this, because I will bet any money they're flaming him for how gross he is. That is foul. Like, and not even running the water. Now, I'll bet any money it's because he can't be asked to actually concentrate on aiming into the toilet, in which case you can do this magical thing called a sit-down wee, my friend. Like, what? That's so gross. Oh my goodness. Yuck. And he didn't even wash his hands either. Which I know is not the main problem here, but that's still disgusting. It's just disgusting on top of disgusting. A little gross sandwich, if you will. And I'm telling you now, when we read the comments, I better not see anyone trying to excuse this behaviour under the premise of morning glory. No! Many still manage to get it in the toilet some way or another. Stop it. It's so gross. TLDR, husband uses only shower as a urinal. He won't clean it up and thinks it's normal behaviour. It is disgusting. So, down in the comments, Harvey Snake says, what the actual fuck? There have been times in the middle of the night where I'm too tired, too exhausted to stand up straight and not wobble around unsteadily, so pissing while standing is not a smart option. And I'm sure I do what any other rational, reasonable, not fucking filthy, disgusting man would do at that point. I sit on the damn toilet and do my business. I would make him clean it up first thing in the morning. No coffee or breakfast for you. Here's a scrubber and some bath cleaner. Get your disgusting butt to work. And go buy me new soap today, you disgusting pig. Like, having a Waz right next to her soap as well. And, like, not cleaning it. And the poor child is having to bathe in a stinky pee tub. Disgusting. Gross. So yeah, I think that's all we've got time for today. If you made it all the way to the end with me, I appreciate you very, very much. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, notifications on. That is your initiation into the Coven of Void. Welcome. Don't forget to leave an offering of a comment for Big Al. I have been reading the comments, don't you worry. I'm just trying not to go on the app on my phone, because on the app, it gives you like, it's awful. So I've only been replying to comments when I go on the laptop, because when you go on it on the app, it gives you like these little things, these icons next to the last 3 videos you've posted. And it's like, it'll have this big grey circle if it's not done as well as the others. And it's so disheartening. And I don't know why it's set up like that. It really is set up in a way to just really dishearten you. So if I see something like that, or it's like, or otherwise it's like a fully green circle means it's doing really well. A sort of outlined green circle with nothing on the inside, like negative space on the inside, is like, oh, it's okay. And then the grey circle's like, it's not, you know, something's amiss here, basically. But the thing is, sometimes the stats are behind, so it'll look like it's not done very well, but actually in the last hour it could have caught up, but you don't see that. And I was getting to the point where I was refreshing it constantly because I was really paranoid that the videos were just really shit and no one liked them. So I've decided to stop looking on the app now. So obviously, unless I get the whole ass laptop out, I can't exactly change it. Like, I can't exactly reply to the comments and read them. So yeah, if you've noticed that I'm a lot like slower to reply to comments, that's why. If you're noticing I'm not replying to all the comments, that's why, because obviously I can only see the ones that have been posted whilst I'm on the laptop, and then I won't see them again until I go on next. So yeah, if you think that I'm ignoring comments or stuff like that, I'm absolutely not. I'm just trying to have a healthier relationship with my stats. Because like, it's like, I do literally do this for a hobby. Why am I getting so obsessed over it? I think it's like my perfectionist personality coming out, to be honest. But yeah, anyway, waffling again. My goodness, pack it in, woman. So yeah, whatever it is you're doing for the day, I hope you have a really good rest of the day. Goodbye.